He thought being right was everything, until it cost him everything. The silence that screams. Years had passed since Amara's death. Daniel's house was quiet. Too quiet. The walls were clean, the floor shiny, the lights bright. But the air was heavy. Every corner reminded him of what he had lost. The kitchen smelled faintly like the bread Amara used to bake. The living room smelled like the lavender candle she lit every evening. The bedroom smelled like her perfume, still on the pillow. He tried to fill the silence with work, meetings, and phone calls. He tried to distract himself with Zara's school events and her life abroad. But nothing could cover the emptiness. Some nights, he sat alone in the dark. He would stare at her picture on the wall, and the house would whisper, "You were too proud. You left her to carry the weight alone." Even Zara, strong as she was becoming, sometimes cried at night. Not loudly, not in the middle of the house, just soft whispers, soft sobs, in the corner of her room. Daniel could hear her if he tried, but he didn't always. He didn't always want to, because the silence reminded him of himself, of the man who once hurt everyone he loved. And that silence screamed louder than any words. A daughter's pain. Zara had grown into a beautiful young woman. She was smart, careful, and kind, but she carried invisible scars. She would walk through the halls of her school, laughing with friends. But when she got home, she closed the door and went silent. She had learned early that showing pain would not protect her. Her father had not raised her that way intentionally. He had tried, he really had. But the lessons of pride, control, and fear had been passed down to her anyway. One night, Daniel found her sitting in the dark, holding her mother's old bracelet. "I miss her," she whispered. "I miss her so much, and I hate that I feel angry at you too." Daniel sat down beside her. He did not say anything at first. He wanted to hold her. He wanted to tell her it was not her fault, but he had spent so many years hiding behind his pride that now he did not know if he still had the words to fix it. Finally, he said softly, "I know I hurt you. I know I hurt your mother, and I am so sorry." Zara looked at him. Her eyes filled with tears. "I know, Dad, but it doesn't fix everything, does it?" Daniel shook his head. "No, it doesn't, and it never will completely." That night, he realized something terrifying. The cost of pride doesn't end with the people you hurt. It spreads. It echoes. It lives in the people you love, long after they leave your life. The ghosts of the past. Daniel had nightmares almost every night. Sometimes he saw Amara crying quietly in the corner. Sometimes he saw Zara flinching at his tone, just like her mother used to. Sometimes he saw himself as a young boy, standing frozen while his father yelled at him. And every nightmare ended the same way. He was standing alone, and no one came to help him. He tried to drown these thoughts in work. He tried to fill his days with meetings, phone calls, charity work, even travel. But nothing could silence the ghosts. One evening, he went to the study room. It was the room Amara used to love. The desk was tidy. The books were neat. But the empty chair where she used to sit felt like a punch in the chest. He sat there for hours, thinking about everything he had done wrong, thinking about every argument, every harsh word, every moment he chose pride over love, thinking about the daughter he had raised too carefully, too quietly, too scared. And he realized the truth. No money, no fame, no achievements could fix this, because pride does not just destroy love. It destroys families. It destroys hope. It destroys you. The warning from life. One day, Daniel received a letter. It was not from Zara. It was from a woman he had met years ago. It said, "Some lessons cannot be learned until it is too late. Pride kills quietly. It hides behind confidence. Don't teach your mistakes to the next generation." He read it and wept, not just for himself, but for Zara, for every child whose parents let pride control them. He realized that even though he was trying to change, the world had already been marked by his mistakes, and that knowledge burned. The daughter's choice. Zara came home from college one summer. She had changed. Stronger, smarter, wiser, but she carried quiet pain still. "Dad," she said one night, "I've learned to forgive, but I also learned to protect myself. I will love, but I will not let anyone hurt me like Mom was hurt. I will not repeat the past." Daniel nodded. He wanted to cry. He wanted to tell her he had learned too, but he knew one thing: some lessons can only be learned by living through pain. Zara hugged him that night. It was warm, comforting, but he could still feel the gap that no apology could close, because some mistakes leave permanent scars. The final tragic lesson. Daniel grew older. His hair turned grey. His back was slightly bent from years of stress. He had tried everything to fix the damage: therapy, self-help books, public speaking to teach young men about pride. He did good in the world, but the personal cost was unbearable. He still visited Amara's grave every week. He still spoke to Zara about love, respect, and humility. But every visit reminded him he had learned these lessons too late. He had lost the woman he loved. He had almost lost his daughter, and he would never forgive himself completely. Some lessons cost more than money, more than time, more than fame. Some lessons cost your soul. The final reflection. One evening, Daniel sat alone in the garden. The wind whispered through the trees. The moon shone faintly. He whispered to the night, "Pride made me blind. Pride made me cruel. Pride almost killed the people I loved." He closed his eyes, and for the first time, he prayed. Not for forgiveness, not for wealth, not for success. He prayed for humility, for patience, for strength to teach the next generation not to make the same mistakes. Because the truth was clear: pride is the heaviest burden, and the cost is never over. Ending with a lesson plus subscribe. If this story made you stop and think, remember this: pride can destroy love, family, and lives quietly. Don't wait to learn the hard way. Subscribe for more stories that teach powerful lessons before it's too late.